Hey, Good Fox here. Market Monday back again. I'm going to go through the agenda here quick before getting into it. We're going to go through what I think is coming up for us the next couple weeks with promos and stuff like that. And people have been asking me some questions on Twitter, and I'm going to answer them. The market right now and the different levels and where it's at, where it's fluctuating from some of the stuff we've seen and where I predict it to go with what we're getting. We're going to talk about the best value and packs still. The Black Friday, I'm going to kind of wrap up what the investment's looking like this week versus last week when we talked about Black Friday investments and those cards going up in price. And then a couple other things. And yeah, basically, those are the big things that we'll go through. I got a couple other minor notes, but if I said them, they'd be just giving it a whole way. And we're just in the agenda part. Moving forward with the first item, what I think we'll get in the next coming week. So we got Football Outsiders, I think, almost guaranteed to come this week for the previous month of November, those Football Outsiders. So I'd expect some gold badges, because if we go to the upgrade sets and the big upgrade set, and we'll talk about the other part in this token exchange here, the veterans, in a second. Football Outsiders have 10 gold tokens and 5 silver tokens that go into them. So the value ones here are the gold tokens. And gold tokens basically drive the entire gold market, the 75 to 79s and the 70 to 74s, which I'll go into those pricings in a little bit too. These silver ones, you can get them from any team. They're not as valuable, and they don't really fluctuate the market enough to really put much of a dent in it. A slight amount, actually. It will raise those high silvers, so 65 to 69s, maybe up to 1,100 to 1,200 from the current price of about 900 for what they're going for. But moving on to the so I think I'll see those Football Outsiders. We'll get to veterans in a little bit. Then I think we'll get the Christmas promo with the Ultimate Freeze. I talked about this last week. What we're getting here, let me switch over screens. The Ultimate Freeze overview. I went over this last week in Market Monday. I hope you guys watch each one of them. Basically, we got Ghosts of Madden and Out of Position players. So people have asked me a lot on Twitter, when should I sell my team for this stuff? Now, it really depends on what kind of content we get. Are we going to get something like MUT Heroes and Black Friday, the Thanksgiving, that kind of stuff that really just crashed the market hard? Cut cards prices in half because of how good, like especially the Black Friday promo with how good those packs were, basically cutting the prices of a lot of these cards. Are we going to get something like that, or are we going to get something like Halloween where the hype to the promo is more than the promo itself? So like the Thursday before the promo comes out, cards are at a low, and then the promo comes out, we see what's teased and what's coming at us, and it's not that good, and the MUT Heroes actually had better overall cards for a lot of them. So the market actually rebounded the day of the promo because the new cards, the new content weren't as good as the old content, or a majority of it wasn't. So I would lean with Christmas because it's going to be a long promo. It's going to be starting, I'm guessing, about the 15th this year, that Friday. Let me double check that to make sure that is the Friday on this calendar. Yeah, 15th. I think it's coming the 15th, and it'll last probably through the past New Year's. That's what it's traditionally been the last few years in Madden. So it's lasted a long time. So like this past year, when we got all this Deion Sanders, these Ghost of Madden with 96 corner. I'd expect something similar this year where they get a Deion Sanders master, Bailey. Maybe we'll get a Bailey upgrade too to our current champ Bailey. If we think in similar overalls, I could see this bringing down a bunch of the market depending how easy these cards would get. But if memory serves correctly, these were very easy to get. You had Ghost of Madden past, present, you know, the present great guys, and then the future. So these are like the rookies this year that will get potential, I would say, Fournettes and stuff like that. And then we also had the out of position players that everybody loved. Everybody loved this. Out of position, where'd he go? Oh, Sean Taylor. Out of position Sean Taylor was in a gift. Never mind. We're also getting gifts too, and that's one of the reasons. Also, I think it's kind of an extended promo because gifts open, and we'll talk more about how to profit off gifts. But basically, buy them as they open if they're a good card and you think they're going to go up. Kraus, people didn't really like him. They didn't use him a lot, but he was a solid underrated card. He was a limited card. Out of position player that people like. Collins was decent too. I liked him. Good speed. Dontari Poe, fullback, beautiful, big man to get trucking. But otherwise, that was the out of position and the Ghost of Madden, and then. If you, I think page 64 had the second half of the promo, we had Brett Favre returned to Madden on basically the night before Christmas, aka Christmas Eve, and we had these sets too. I'll link both these articles down in the description, so you guys check them out if you want. But that's what's coming up in the next few weeks for Christmas promo. So it's really, I think if you want to sell your team, you want to start selling. And if you want, because the point of MUT is to have fun playing with your team, but also to maximize value on return. So I have a very decent team right now. As you can take a look at some of the cards I have. Well, I guess I can go into lineup. But what I'm going to do is play with them through this weekend, and I'm going to start trying to sell off by, Tuesday would be the latest I want to have the team, if you're going to sell it off. I'm a YouTuber, so maybe I keep it and just take the hit because I got to keep putting out content. But I would say start selling it off like Friday, maybe Thursday. I think Thursday night, because if we get motivators Friday, it might sink a market a little bit. So start selling off Thursday if you can wait a whole week, and then buy back either the 14th or 15th when the promo goes live. And that's the best, safest way to maintain value. So hit it hard, and I said this since last week. Really have now we're down to 1 week of hard maddening. And go hard, and then you could kind of take a break from Madden, play another game after start selling the team on the 7th or so, and then buy back right before on the 14th or right on the 15th for the Christmas promo. All right, so getting back to, you just saw Jay Cutler on my team as my starting quarterback, and he is actually performing pretty well for me. Back to the token exchanges. These veterans, now what do they do to the market? Now you see what it requires. For these veteran cards they put in on Friday, it required an elite token, 4 gold tokens. So what this did, if you recall last week, I did a little bit of a market overview overcap of the elite market, which we'll go into right now. I'll show you. So last week, we had 2K, the 80 to 81 overalls were going for 2,000 coins last week. They were 3,000 coins the week before. Now let's take a look at what they are going for right at this moment. They are going for 3,000 coins. So this has gone up 50%. The market reacted 50% higher to just those veteran packs in the store. Now, think of what's going on. I'll get to that when I get to the gold prices. Quality 82 to 83. This last week was at 3K. This is up to 5K. I think maybe 5.3 could sell. 5K from 3K. So I talked last week about the market being at a low, and if you wanted these cards to invest then, guess what? You got it. You timed it well before this stuff comes out. And then the next market up 84 to 85 for those elite tokens. It's up at 12.5K right now. Last week, it was at 8.3 to 9K. So that's also up 50% just about, we'll say. So the market, it's evident that these sets that they add in game, and I've said this before, completely affect the market and everything these cards in them. So right now the market's at a high. I expect it to stay high through this week with the Football Outsiders stuff. So if you have it, congratulations. If you don't, you might want to not get these elites now, but shift down here to the 75 to 79 market. Now these will find prices. Let's talk about the investment opportunity with the Football Outsiders. Like, you know how I said they were only gold? I'll go back and show it to you. They were only gold in these Football Outsider sets. And what I like about this Football Outsider set, there's no timer on it saying it's going to expire. That's requirements. Like, usually these things say they're going to expire, right? They just added that in the patch. They could put set expirations on sets. They don't have it on this one. They put it in specifically for Blitz promo. They don't have it on the set. So I would assume, unless we see a timer pop up, or EA can always bamboozle us. They've done this plenty of times before. They completely switch it without telling us. The lack of communication's hurtful. So the wildcard golds, and the elite badge too. But let's focus on those golds now. So looking over to Daddy Leagues. If you recall, I think it was 2 weeks ago I went through these prices. This was down to like 5.3. At times, a week back, it was broaching in the 4s, the high 4s. Now it's up to 7 million. If you're a long-time listener, well, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, you'll know 7 million is high. So you can sell your golds, your 70 to 74s, your 75 to 79s by these prices. These are what the lowest on the market is currently going for, and these are gold cards going for 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 for the Chiefs. Make sure and liquidate. And again, when Football Outsiders come out, that's the veterans one. Sorry, Football Outsiders. When the Football Outsiders come out, shoot, I screwed that up. With these gold tokens, man, I'm embarrassed. Not really. Can't embarrass foxes. We don't have those emotions. these gold tokens are going to be used in abundance, especially if it's like a really big name football outsider. If it's like, say, I don't know, rookies are big names. But if it's somebody big that they put out for that monthly football outsider, I'd expect these gold cards, again, by team, to go up because they're wild card gold cards. So, like, the best team to do right now, it looks like Bears is pretty nice to do. Yeah, looks like Bears at the moment is the one to go to. But it'll rise all boats. Anyways, so that is it for that with the general where the market's at and what I see coming at us with sets and stuff. And again, with motivators, and if they put in like motivators into these sets, and if they take the elite tokens like they did last year, if they don't actually make like new motivator tokens that you put into packs, or you just rip them out of packs. They had motivator packs last year. Actually, I don't think we could trade in elite tokens for motivators last year. I don't think we could. So they'll probably just be in packs, motivators. Maybe there was some elite tokens aspect to it, but I don't remember. I should have looked that up. Regardless, potential motivators on Friday too, which would be kind of neat to get those, plus zones, plus block sheds. I'd go for the block shed over anything else. All right, moving on to the next thing, the best value in packs still. So we talked a few weeks back about some people investing in these GOAT players, and I told you last week to invest in GOAT players and the MUT Hero players that came out when that huge set dropped. I don't see the MUT Heroes, but they're on another page. Gold GOAT players, still these are the best packs in the game right now. 450 coins for 1 to 3 baby goats, but this is EA, so you're going to get one baby goats more often than 3, so kind of about 1.5 baby goats. And you guys have heard me give this spiel. So like a 75 overall gold or better player and an additional gold or better player, that's valued at 300 points. So it's 150 points essentially for 1.5 baby goats, and baby goats are going for like 9K. So it's 150 points for, well, what do we want to say, 13.5K? Not bad. That's not bad. That's not a bad return at all. 150 points is like $1.50. If you buy a bundle with a discount, it's less than that. If you buy a whole bunch of them, if you buy like $100 worth, that'll be the best value, of course, because you get most bonus points. But your mileage may vary on the pack pulls, and plus you get those golds to potentially pull. Anyways, moving forward, those are the best packs. Investments in Black Friday, how have they done? Oh shoot, you guys didn't see that at all, did you? Shoot. I was talking about this baby gold pack. Screwed up twice. Hope I didn't screw up 3 times. How long were you guys on the screen for? On the daily leagues. Whatever. I'll probably... Whatever. It's just what I do. It's what I screw up frequently. All right. Let's talk about Blitz players and how their investment went. Night Train Lane. So, a lot of people wanted to invest in Night Train Lane. He was somebody I didn't invest in. As you can see, his price is $6.30. He started off... That was a terrible price. $6.47. So he's held pretty steady. I saw in the first... A lot of people thought EA was like price fixing this market and buying everything under 700K. I think it was just a bunch of speculators. And looks like the speculators didn't make money off it. If people tell you there's a good investment like a Night Train Lane, generally it's not a great investment. The investment I told you guys to get into, and this is kind of like, don't listen to other people and their investments, but then listen to me and my investments. So don't listen to me. The one I got involved in heavily was this Shaz. I bought him at about 120. You guys saw me last week price him at like 108. I think I sniped one on screen when you guys were watching. Here he is, 120 about the first day. He's up near 150. I was hoping for him to get to 170-ish. And it looks, let's look at completed sales. 650, low. Yeah. 160. I think one of these 159s were me. I started to offload one, but yeah, it looks like it's about 150. I was hoping until early next week, or no, wait, later this week is when I'll start offloading more of them. Just start getting down, liquidate into coins and stuff. We'll see what the price does. See if it can go up 10 or 20K. See what happens there. But the other one that did really well, almost every other Blitz player has done well. Not all of them. I bought a big Beasley early. I actually ended up making Armstead to get the Night Train Lane tickets. His price, I don't think, went up much. I didn't think he'd go up a ton either because he's just a man left tackle. And we already got the Gauntlet left tackle. Yeah, so he hasn't done anything either. Luckily, I didn't buy any more of those because it didn't. Because when you have a player that's easily obtained from solos like Gauntlet players, I would generally not advisable to invest in those positions unless it's something like a wide receiver or cornerback and you need multiple on the field at once. Vic Beasley, I bought him for like, God, I want to say right around this too. Right around this 100,000. Or didn't? No, I didn't make him. I bought him. I have to go back and check my records. But so he's gone up quite a bit. Look, up 40% from day one. Vic Beasley has gone. The other one I also bought a Hill. He's up to 119. I think I bought him around 90. Sproles is up. I think I made a Sproles. Tyrod, I didn't buy him, but how'd he do? 59K, up near 73 at the moment. Not amazing, but a couple thousand coins made with tax. Let's see, what other Sproles? I think yeah, did I say I made a Sproles? I think I made a Sproles for the keys. Yeah, 60,000, and now he's up near 80. So 12,000 coin profit there if you bought him and sold him. So yeah, it looks like, oh, I also bought Ken Houston at like 650. He's 970, and then Stevenson, I bought him like 800K, and he's 1.1. I don't know why people are paying that for a center. I don't know why I paid 800K for a center. It seemed like a bad investment at the time when I made it, but whatever. All right, so that is it for the Blitz. So the Blitz promo investments seem to have paid off well for us. If you jumped into it like I did. If not, then, you know, making profit is not losing profit. All right. The one other thing I wanted to show, and it's not really, it doesn't really affect the market, but like this Legend Fantasy bundle, after last week's Black Friday sales, seeing these Legend Fantasy bundles back at 12,000 points or $190 with EA access, it's kind of like, ugh. Because they destroyed the Legend market so badly with those packs, to see them back at $100, you're like, oh, I can't buy this. I'm getting ripped off this week. So it's amazing the sales they had for Black Friday, and I watched what it did to the market. Absolutely slayed it. Darius slayed it. So interesting. I don't think a lot of people bought these Legend Fantasy bundles this weekend. I didn't see Legend prices really decrease much at all. Lawrence Taylor was still going for like 1 million coins. Sucked. I wanted to make him and get some footage of him, so I did, and made a probably not the greatest decision because he hasn't played that well for me. And then lastly, no midseason master yet, so we're waiting to see what they do with that. Either objectives or maybe they'll make a set like they did in years past. I would guess I'd lean more towards objectives because it seems like that's what they want us to do more. They want us to focus on this objective screen more than anything else. So I still haven't done my Sean Taylor objectives. Got to get on those solo tackles. But that is it for the Market Monday. Hope you guys liked it. Let me know in the comments if you guys got any schemes or anything to make coins sniping. Oh yeah, one thing for sniping. I think the move for sniping right now is the golds. So basically, when I went back and told about these golds at like 4,600, sort by buffaloes, sort by these golds by 75 to 79 by team, or the classic low elites like the 82 to 83s. Try and snipe those by teams, like the team filter and all that good jazz. Because team filters, based on the, I mean, not so much on this, but for the golds, the team filter is what you want to go for. Elites are fine. As long as you look in the upper right corner and that bar shows you, if it's a small enough bar and it shows that you're over 100 items, not good. Buy now price is okay. Newest is generally what people tell you to go buy and then memorize the market. So, that is it for Market Monday. Thanks for watching. Call to action. I'll see you tomorrow.